Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well today. We're going to take a look at this Jupiter retrograde in Cancer on November 11th, 2025 until March 10th, 2026 at 25 degrees and 9 minutes at 11:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so retrograde means going internal. With Jupiter retrograde, this could be reorganizing, redoing, reassessing, reconfiguring what you need for emotional security, what you need to do in regards to family, what you need to situate in regards to your emotions about family. Okay, this could be a situation to where you decide on reorganizing, regrouping, redoing some type of property or home facilitation, such as you gaining a home, buying a home, renovating a home. Okay, there could be themes of you having to muster up faith in regards to family situations. All right, this could be a situation also of you having to muster up that not just faith, but also the courage to deal with situations of family. Okay, and it could be past situations. There may be conversations in regards to past family situations that have happened. It could be to that person, or it could be to yourself for healing. Healing is a big theme when it comes to Cancerous themes. Cancer is the fourth house: homes, properties, families, motherhood, mother figures, your sense of belonging, your emotional body, your family in general. Okay, so there could be themes of you thinking about family situations or thinking about what you need to be stable within your emotions and have the security that you want. And it may not even deal with family. This could be you reorganizing and readjusting goals for your own family. Okay, so I'm going to go through all the signs. Please watch your sun, moon, and rising sign to get a full picture of how this is happening in your world. Don't forget to take time out to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Hi Aries, I hope you're doing well today. This is for Aries, sun, moon, or rising. We're going to take a look at this Jupiter going retrograde in your fourth house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so Jupiter going retrograde in the fourth house is pretty much the intro that I gave you, but also I'm going to tell you some things about Jupiter. Jupiter is the ruler over Sagittarius. Okay, and that deals with Sagittarius themes such as belief systems, opportunities, blessings. It deals with long distance travel, teachers, preachers, and gurus. Also 4-year degrees or 4-year colleges. It deals with situations of going abroad. It deals with situations of freedom. Okay, and this could be a time to where Jupiter going retrograde is trying to show you how to gain the freedom of your emotional body, because it's working on you internally. It's working on your internal dialogue. It's working on your internal situations that deal with family. Okay. Also, it's dealing with how you yourself can provide security for your family or for yourself with your emotional body, with your own security, with you understanding that you are capable of having that sense of belonging if you had been feeling lost in the sauce, right? So Jupiter retrograde is trying to reassess, reconfigure the dialogue that you have in regards to past situations that may have happened. This could be concerning homes and properties. This could also be concerning people that are of professional teachers, preachers, or gurus that, you felt this way before. And if you remember what you did when you felt that way, it may have concerned getting a mentor. It may have concerned getting someone to help you, such as teachers, preachers, or gurus. This could have been also a situation of you understanding and learning the lesson of teachers, preachers, and gurus, that not everyone has the answer. And the answer is being provided within yourself to have the faith to get through something. This could be courage, mustering up to deal with those situations of your emotional body that were expanded, especially when Jupiter was direct. It could have been situations of opportunities that felt like you had so much luck, and then all of a sudden Jupiter goes retrograde and it feels like your luck has run out. Jupiter's lesson in regards to going retrograde is to be able to keep the faith that things will work out regardless, to remember your faith. Also, that maybe it's time for you to bless someone else, which could be family, which could be just a nice gesture for someone to have some type of compliment, some type of smile, some type of nice gesture in regards to, you know what the world is going through. You have more of an experience on how to deal with the world because you are a fire sign. So you have that get up and go motivation. And this could be a time to where Jupiter is trying to show you that because you are capable of doing it, means that you can tell and teach other people how to do it. You've been through those situations. This could also be a situation of you wanting to become that teacher, preacher, or guru, that you have decided in your mind's eye that you are willing to teach others how to gain opportunity within their world. Okay, that could be Jupiter retrograde. Jupiter retrograde, Jupiter stands for expansion, and this could have been when Jupiter was direct, that emotions were expanded everywhere that you went. Okay, and this could be that it's taking a back seat because it's having others reflect upon how you were treated or how you treated them. And that can change with either an apology, it can change with understanding, compassion, right, toward family, toward people that are mothers, motherhood, mother figures, toward those that don't have a home, right, toward those that don't necessarily know how to manage their emotions, that this can show you your compassion toward them. And therefore, when Jupiter goes direct again, opportunities will come out of the blue because of your goodness, your kindness, your compassion. All right, Aries, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Taurus. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Taurus Sun or Moon or Rising. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. We're going to take a look at Jupiter in Cancer in your chart. It is in the 3rd house. It will be going retrograde on November 11th. The 3rd house is your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your relatives, your nieces, your nephews, right? Family members are also in the 3rd house. 3rd house is communication to yourself and other people, your mindset. It can be tools that you use for productivity, and that can look like anything. It can look like working tools. It can look like hobby tools, whatever. Tools for productivity. Skills and learning abilities is in the third house. Writing, journaling is in the third house. This is also where media is. This is the lower knowledge, such as certificates or licenses, the third house. And it's dealing with cancerous themes. Cancer is homes and properties. Cancer is family and emotional body, your sense of belonging. Cancer is also your sense of security, right? And Jupiter going retrograde could make you go internal in regards to figuring out how to deal with your sense of belonging, your emotional body, concerning maybe aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, or relatives. There could be news that comes to you, or something is shown to you within your mind's eye in regards to family. It could make you think about where you belong, reorganizing, restructuring the third house, right? Of maybe it's time for you to do something different in regards to a certificate, getting a certificate or getting a license so that you can have more productivity, right? Or this could be advertising. Advertising is the third house. And this could be that you're wanting to advertise from home in regards to healing, how to heal something. This could also mean that you yourself are deciding to change the story or dialogue in regards to family, and that's being communicated. There could be apologies communicated. There could be some type of reconciliation communicated. Aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors, or family, maybe even from mothers, right? Communicated to you. And that helps you in regards to that internal dialogue of dealing with healing of past situations that have happened with family. Okay. The ninth house is activated with Jupiter. Jupiter is the ruler over Sagittarius, so that ninth house is activated. And this could be a time to where you are receiving either information from a teacher, preacher, or guru in regards to dealing with your mind, or this could be some type of thinking about wanting to teach others how to heal their inner child, which can be Cancer. Okay. Capricorn in the ninth house. Capricorn is work and structure. Capricorn is related to Saturn of strategic planning, right? Maybe even lessons. Okay. And this could be a time to where you're starting to understand that not every teacher, preacher, or guru is someone that is held of worth. All right. And therefore that internal dialogue is changing, right? This could also be a situation to where you're deciding to take a business trip, that you need to get away to get more inside of yourself for that emotional body to be taken care of. That inner child needs to be taken care of. So you could be taking a business trip or writing it off for business. Does that make any sense? This could also be that you get communication, that you had put out so many resumes, right? And there is communication coming back to you in regards to getting a job and working from home. That could be it. Or it could be dealing with cancerous work, such as being a nurse or a practitioner of some sort, or a person that is working with homes and properties, or a person that is taking care of mothers, right? And there could be communication either from family or just communication in general that comes through in regards to that situation. Now, Sagittarius being activated, we're going to look at Sagittarius in that 8th house of debts, taxes, government grants. Okay. And if you're facilitated in the U.S., this could be the sign of the government opening back up, because it has been shut down, right? This could be also situations of taxes being done from home, that you're getting all the paperwork together, that you're writing off things for your business, right? With Jupiter retrograde, you're having to go back over paperwork. This could also be a situation where, because death and rebirth is activated, okay? And there could be some type of passing that happens in regards to an aunt, uncle, cousin, relative, niece, nephew, or neighbor. Okay, and that's being communicated to you, and therefore you're taking charge of the situation. You could have been power of attorney, or you could have been the person that is just taking charge to facilitate making sure that they have a funeral, or making sure that they have what was needed for their passing. This could also be the retrograde coming back through with a passing that has already happened, and you are talking with family members about that other person. With Capricorn activated and Cancer activated, it would have been a parent, okay? And maybe there were some legalities that were looked over, or you're having to go through the whole probate process in regards to that passing, and having to have faith and muster up the courage to do the paperwork as necessary without pushing those emotions toward the situation, okay? This could also be with the 8th house activated. This is chunky money. This is other people's resources, investments, finances. And there could be some situations that come back up in regards to chunky money or finances, to where maybe you have to deal with paying someone. Maybe you have to deal with redoing or reconfiguring those finances to keep the authority, which is Capricorn, within the 3rd house, which is for your home or property, which is for maybe even family, right? This could look like 3rd house communication coming toward you from the 8th, okay? That taxes are due, finances need to be redone. This could be something of the government that's communicating to you, right? Of maybe you need to, I'm going to give an example. Maybe you're working for the government and there's something that has to be done. Or this could be a situation where you are starting to work for insurance, financial places. This could be real estate offices, also mortgages, banking is there in the 8th house. I'm trying to think of anything else that's in the 8th house. Death and rebirth is the 8th house. And there could be just a rebirth of you starting to travel for work rather than doing it from home. Or it could be vice versa, right? That you're ending that commuting to work for that shared resource, and therefore you're doing it from home. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. Now, when it comes to the taboo, this could look like, you know, that healing that you have already went through with that inner child, that you're using the taboo to help other people do this also, or you're doing it from a teacher, preacher, and guru with using taboo situations such as tarot, astrology, or this could be healing that inner child from one that doesn't necessarily have a dogmatic way of religion, right? And that could come from a teacher, preacher, or guru that's in spirituality, a teacher, preacher, or guru that's in astrology or tarot, right? To help you heal that inner child and emotional body. Or you could be one that's doing that. Okay? And I think that's about it, Taurus. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Hi, Gemini. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this Jupiter that's happening in your second house. All right, Jupiter retrograde in the second house. The second house is your self-worth and confidence. It's also your money and spending. This is where faith and food is considered in the second house. With Cancer, Jupiter retrograde is making you revise and go internal. It's making you redo and reconfigure things, maybe situated with finances, maybe situated with finances that are connected to health facilitations, or it could be some type of medical finance that you're having to pay for. It could be for your parents, or it could be for yourself. It could also be revisiting, redoing things that deal with your emotional body connected to food, that maybe you're having to start a diet in regards to food, or it could be something that's connected with health due to food, right? That when I look at this, it makes me think about diabetes, right? That there could be some things that have to be reconfigured due to health situations dealing with food, right? That maybe you have to redo your numbers regarding food. Does that make any sense when it comes to like diabetes or something like that? But it can also be emotional body connected to food, that you are changing your belief system in regards to that, that you're seeing the process and the problem, and therefore you're doing something about it. It can make situations come back up that have already facilitated themselves or come to a head before. And this could be some type of emotional attachment due to parents or mother figures connected to food, right? It could also be an inherited health situation that has, come up to a head that you're having to take care of. And inherited health situations can be anything, honestly. This could be a situation to where you're having to pay for something in regards to homes or properties once again, okay? And it could be due to wherever Sagittarius is located, because Sagittarius is the ruler over Jupiter. And it could be due to maybe a business association, wherever that business is located, that you're having to pay for that property once again, such as like, taxes or something like that. This could be some type of situation to where a person that is close to you or dear to you, such as a friend or a significant other, is talking to you about your self-worth, or you're talking to them about their self-worth, they have some type of impact, or you're reflecting on that impact, right, of the self-worth that they're giving you. And this could mean that you're starting to heal it, or this could mean that you're helping that other person heal, because Sagittarius can be teachers, preachers, or gurus, or you guys are sharing some type of teacher, preacher, or guru that you've been listening to, and one of you are going to get the help that you need. This could be dealing with the inner child. This could be dealing with money. This could be dealing with the food situation or the face situation. Okay. This could also be a business association that you've been thinking about entering into for more security, that deals with homes, properties, that deals with cancerous themes as nurturing or taking care of something, right? That internal dialogue is consistent within you. But without Jupiter bringing in like opportunities and blessings for you, this would mean that you'd have to muster up the courage to do what is necessary for you to get done, or to understand that things work out no matter what. So keep the faith for that thing to work out that deals with that property, home situation or money situation. Okay, because Jupiter is the Sagittarian planet, and opportunities could feel like they're leaving you, but you have to be reminded to have the faith when it comes to Jupiter being retrograde, because it doesn't mean that opportunities are leaving you. It just means that you had to put more work in than you thought. Does that make any sense? Okay, so I'm going to look at the 9th house, because that is Sagittarius in astrology, the 9th house, which is Aquarian themed. And it could be over the internet that this situation with Jupiter is happening, of being facilitated with groups, clubs, and associations, your goals. All of these things could be helped with a teacher, preacher, or guru, a literal Sagittarius. It could also be helped with maybe taking time out to see opportunities or blessings that are coming over or from groups and affiliations. So this is where you can get that help if it's needed for your finances. This is where it could be associated with groups, clubs, and affiliations, those finances, or your self-worth coming from other people in groups, clubs, and affiliations to help you with that self-worth that's dealing with family. Okay? Because sometimes, Gemini, our soul family is other people rather than our initial family. Or this could be help in regards to anything of past situations that you've dealt with family, with your self-worth, that you're considering teaching others how to deal with theirs over clubs, groups, and affiliations. Or this could be that you're receiving that help from them to consolidate that emotional body, or not consolidate, I'm thinking about money, to help that emotional body, or to help that sense of security that you have. You can find clubs, groups, and affiliations with either teachers, preachers, or gurus within them, or they can just be the ones that lead you in the right direction of how to help yourself and then to help others. Does that make any sense? 7th house being activated with Sagittarius, it could be a literal Sagittarius that you're dealing with in regards to relationship. And it could feel like during this time that they're more emotional. I'm going to tell you why. It's because, Mars is facilitated in Sagittarius, and I think Mercury is in Scorpio. So it could be that it's really intense communication. And it will ease off when Mercury goes retrograde, and it will go retrograde, or it's in retrograde during this time. Even so, that emotional body still sticks with that conversation. Does that make any sense? And to help that conversation, or to help your mind's eye, you have to be able to be flexible with your belief system in regards to that relationship with that other person. Okay? Because it may be a time to where those emotions expanded so much to where you go toward food to help that emotional body, or you start being a shopaholic, right, to help that emotional body, or you're starting to change your belief system in regards to your emotional body connected with relationships. Okay, so groups can help you, the internet can help you. When it comes to work in general, work being activated with groups, clubs, and affiliations, because your goals are there, that you're going to have to situate your belief system surrounding your goals. Ninth house is opportunities, and there could be opportunities that come to you in regards to having work during Jupiter retrograde. Okay, just keep in mind that if those opportunities do come through, to situate yourself with relationships in a way of being flexible, because there could be some up and downs with relationships during Jupiter retrograde due to that emotional body, or connections with family. It doesn't necessarily have to be your family, could be their family, right? Sagittarius is also considered in-laws. Okay, I'm seeing if there's anything else here that I can tell you. Yeah, so second house is ruled by Taurus. So that means that the 12th house is activated also with this Jupiter retrograde. Letting go and surrendering to situations that you can't necessarily control in regards to money is necessary. Also with your emotional body and security, stability, being flexible and taking it one day at a time, having the faith. 12th house is faith. It's letting go and going with faith. It's also surrender. It's also transformation that can also happen with your money. Okay, so keep that in mind, because Jupiter will not be retrograde forever. And Saturn in Pisces is going to go direct, and that's going to activate this 12th house with Saturn in Pisces, of work facilitating itself with a direction of planning or strategy happening with Saturn in Pisces. Pisces is located in that 10th house, so you will have your power back whenever Saturn goes direct. And let me look at the date on that. It's going to be on the 27th. I'm going to make videos, so if you want to take a look at that video whenever it comes out, you know. But I think that might be about it, Gemini. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Cancer. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this Jupiter retrograde that's happening in your first house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. First house activated is your identity, the way that other people sees you, your self-leadership, your governing yourself, such as your self-autonomy, the way you lead yourself out in the world. Your image, your looks, your physical body, your aesthetic. It can be exploration of sexuality, the first house. With Jupiter retrograde here, Jupiter retrograde could make you question whether or not you are settled in the right place, such as a home or property. It could also make you go internal, revise, redo, resituate things of your identity, of your goals concerning family, concerning situations of your home and property, concerning whether or not you want to be a mom or a parent. This could also bring up situations of parenting that you've already been through, situations with moms that you've already been through. situations with family that you've already been through. Jupiter retrograde is asking you to keep your faith, maybe even take a look at your belief system because it's ruled by Sagittarius. It's also asking you to go within and heal the inner child as necessary for you to continue on with your initial goal or identity. This could be that you're understanding that your emotional body is taking a toll on your physical body. And therefore, this could be a time to where you decide to take time out for yourself, be at home more, be with family more, be situated with, your children because you might be a parent more, right? So, with Jupiter activated, it activates Sagittarius, and Sagittarius being located in that 6th house, we're dealing with health, we're dealing with your lifestyle, we're also dealing with your daily routine and work, okay, maybe even your pets. And this could be a time to where you decide to get a pet for your emotional security, your emotional body. This could be a time to where you're thinking about, it could be literal Sagittarius being activated, that you're thinking about working with a Sagittarius to help with flexibilities of home and property. This could be a situation to where preachers, teachers, and gurus can help you with some type of maybe stoicism or some type of gain of your identity, of your goal. And they help you also situate that belief system that is surrounding your emotional body, whether that deals with the identity that you're wanting or the goal that you have or family situations, right? You could also be thinking about being a teacher, preacher, or guru because it is activated and having that as a lifestyle. This could also be revolving around college degrees on whether or not you should get one, okay, for your work situation, or you see somebody else getting an upgrade within their work because of the degree that they have, and therefore that makes you think about getting one, all right? This could also be a situation to where Sagittarius has a lot to do with opportunities, and it has a lot to do with blessings because its ruler is Jupiter. And there could have been blessings that happened right before this retrograde and opportunities that happened right before this retrograde that's situated around a lifestyle, and you're trying to facilitate that new lifestyle with family or with your family, or how you're leading your family. Does that make any sense? This could be, Jupiter has a way of making you feel like you've lost your purpose, okay? And when it's retrograde, it's more so of you feeling like you lost your purpose, or you lost your identity, or you lost situations of maybe being with family. And Jupiter retrograde is trying to tell you to look over to the 6th house of, well, how is your lifestyle doing? Of maybe just take things one step at a time, because 6th house is ruled by Virgo. And Virgo is strategic and organized and detail-oriented, and that maybe you need to lay out some things of what to do next rather than just getting involved. You should have a strategic plan in regards to getting involved with work, with whatever is surrounding that goal that you have, right? With a new identity or whatever purpose that you want out of your life. I use Tony Robbins. He teaches you how to hold strategy, but it's also situated around your emotional body. So it is like Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, of getting your mind right? Before you enter into doing anything for your physical or for that identity or for a business association. So it would really do you some good, right, to listen to Tony Robbins during this time, or someone that is like Tony Robbins, to help you situate that emotional body for what you want out of your life and how you want your identity to look like, or how to intervene with, or not intervene, but combine family versus business. Okay, because, you know, when you are doing good in one area of life, you're usually lacking in another. So how to keep the balance? Do you know what I mean? So this could be a time to where you find a mentor to help you do that. This could also be a time to where you understand that your health is being challenged due to maybe work situations, maybe family situations, maybe the identity or goal that you're wanting. Maybe you're just, you know, putting too much pressure on yourself. And this could be a time to where you're taking time out at home, or you're tabling the situation due to family situations that come up. This could also be a situation of your self-mastery coming out because of a belief system that you have due to maybe someone that you're listening to, or due to the fact that you want to teach this to other people. And it could be healing of your sense of belonging, healing of an identity, or how to, because we're dealing with the first house of exploration of sexuality. So that could be due to coming out to family, right? Out of the closet to family, how to do these things. And you're trying to teach others how to. Okay. I also want to look at the 9th house. The 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius in astrology, and that's in Pisces for you. So faith is a huge deal, revolving around your story, revolving around how to get through situations. It's also spirituality, Pisces, right? Of you being able to teach others how to heal themselves, or how to heal their inner child. How you became who you are is being taught to others, okay? 12th house, not 12th house, but Pisces can also be habits. And habits are situated with this Jupiter retrograde. And there could have been times to where you had to go to rehabilitation, or had to deal with habits that you've had. And those situations could come up with family, okay? You're being asked to stay strong in who you are, because Jupiter is blessing you with a new identity. Jupiter is blessing you with opportunities for a different way of others to look at you, okay? And this could be that you just need to hold the faith in who you actually are, rather than listening to other people tell you who you are, okay? This could also be that religion has a place within your world, and you being associated with that religion on a daily basis in a lifestyle way can help you with that faith that's needed for you to get through what is necessary for your goal. Okay. And I think that might be about it. Cancer, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Leo. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this Jupiter retrograde that's happening in Cancer in your 12th house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. The 12th house deals with spirituality. It deals with enlightenment. It deals with transformation and endings, and psychic and intuitive abilities. It also deals with habits, prisons and hospitals, and the mystical, right? The mystical being taboo, such as astrology and tarot, anything that deals with a faith-based learning of the occult, right? So the 12th house being activated with Jupiter retrograde could make you feel like you once were receiving premonitions and then all of a sudden they stop. And this could have an impact in regards to your emotional body. This could also be your emotional body that once was expanding is going internally of trying to heal whatever is happening within family situations. It could literally deal with a Cancer, but it could also be just mothers and parents, past situations that have happened to you. Healing is the 12th house, of any type of past conditioning that has happened. This could mean that there are conversations or thought processes of how you were treated as a child, or conversations of how you treat your children, right? And this could come up of feeling like, the walls are coming in on you, or it could feel like things just took a turn. Whenever it was going so great, things took a turn, right? And transformation and endings is activated. So there could be some transformations that happen within your mind's eye. There could also be transformations that happen within your belief system surrounding family, surrounding being a mother, surrounding being a parent, surrounding your emotional body or your home and property. Transformation and endings are abound. We're going to look at how this is playing out with Sagittarius activated, because Jupiter is the ruler over Sagittarius, and that's in your 5th house. And that could be with your children, that there are transformations of belief systems that happen with your children, or they're becoming a teacher, preacher, or guru, and it's changing the way you're looking at them, or they're trying to help you heal in one way, shape, or form. That could be it. Or having a child during this time with Jupiter retrograde activates and triggers that emotional body from family, and that during your pregnancy, you may have to heal something that's dealing with your parents, therefore you be a better parent. Or this could be a situation of your children reminding you of a situation that's happened to you with your parents, right? And that triggers something. And therefore, you understand and see that you're having to take hold of healing, right? In one way, shape, or form. That the pattern is repeating, because it can, with ancestral patterns being activated with Cancer. Cancer has a way of showing you a reflection of what has happened to you in the past, and this could be reflected by your children, or reflected by a teacher, preacher, or guru, or reflected by your love life or your lover, okay? This could also deal with transformations of dating that happens, and to have faith during that dating life. It could have had something to do with maybe there was a loss of some type of love that you had, and it's being triggered through you having to heal yourself of loving another, okay? And it doesn't have to be like a physical loss of a person, but it could be just a loss of that relationship. And you're understanding and seeing the triggers that came from that relationship, and therefore you're healing them. You could be getting this from a teacher, preacher, or guru, or you could be the one that is becoming a teacher, preacher, or guru to other people while using the occult or spirituality, or showing other people to have some type of faith when it comes to vulnerability and loving another, okay? This could also be an indication of family or parents. They do this. They show you more love, and therefore that activates that healing process. Or this could be coming from a person that you had looked up to as a mentor that shows you their appreciation and dedication toward you, and that processes the healing of I am worth something, or that emotional belonging and security, that you feel secure with that person, right? Because teachers, preachers, and gurus are activated with Sagittarius. Sagittarius is also abroad or long distance travel. And this could be that it's needed for you to take a long distance trip to heal the inner child, or for family. Situations of family dynamics can come up during this Jupiter retrograde. It could be a repeat of some type of event that's already happened, or this could be that you have to travel for family because, something's happened to family. Okay. Loss and grief is situated in that 12th house, and it could be that you're visiting a gravesite of someone and in remembrance of them, and therefore you're having to travel a long distance. Or this could be a situation to where a healing of grief of parents is happening, right? And therefore you decide to revisit the hometown that you grew up in, or be around that place, okay, but it's in a long distance, or just heal your inner child due to that grief or loss. All right, doing what you love, and it could be traveling, it could be getting more into some type of learning situation with your hobbies, or learning situation with philosophical views, anything of that nature that is helping you heal that inner child, things that you enjoy. With Jupiter retrograde, it can give you that feeling of a loss of faith. And you're being asked to dive into what you love. You're being asked to dive into things that make life enjoyable, so that you can get through this Jupiter retrograde and come out of it with either a healing or some way, shape, or form of that philosophical belief that you have surrounding your emotional body is changing, right? Your self-dialogue, the story you've been telling yourself thus far, changes because you are capable of making your own self happy, right? So this could also be your purpose situated in this, and I'm going to show you why. So Sagittarius, it rules that 9th house, and it deals with Aries. And Aries being activated, Aries is your identity, your physical body, the way that other people sees you. Aries is how you lead yourself throughout the world. It is your warrior within. It is that person of leadership. And the 9th house being activated, the 9th house is teachers, preachers, and gurus. So you yourself could be that teacher. You yourself can teach others how to heal. You yourself have an identity of a person that holds the key to the mind. Does that make any sense? And can show others how to deal with themselves on an emotional standpoint, on a love standpoint, on dealing with people that may have habits, because that's 12th house, or dealing with family situations, or anything revolving around life. You're capable and able to teach this to others as part of your identity. It is also indication of 9th house with Aries that you have the capability of holding the faith. You have the capability of getting through situations that maybe no one else has been faced with, okay? Because 9th house is that belief system, and the 1st house is the identity, and that could be anything, right? Everybody has different types of identities, but you're capable of seeing through them for a reason, because the ninth house is there. The story revolving around your identity is going to change. There's going to be situations to where that dialogue that is connected with you being a kid or you being a child or the way that you grew up, that's going to change. And therefore the physical is going to change. Your physical body is going to change. You may get healthier because Cancer is activated, right? You could also decide to become a mother, right? Or a parent because of that healing that's happening or the change that's happening with inside that story that you have. Changing the story changes your life, and you're a person that understands that, and Jupiter retrograde is going to make you understand it if you haven't yet. Jupiter retrograde is going to help you revise the situation, redo, reconsider, all of the re's, right? Retrograde is re. So this could be a time to where something does repeat, right? Of family. And that could be with a literal Cancer. It can be with family themselves. It could be with your emotional body surrounding situations. Okay? There's a repeat that's happening. And this could mean that you just have to hold the faith. Letting go and surrendering with faith is the 12th house. It's also, transformations and endings. That situation of you believing a certain way is going to end. The transformation of family themselves is going to start. This could mean that you're getting a new identity because that love situation is changing. But it triggers things within you. It triggers things of how your family was, whether they were married, divorced, your parents cheated on each other, whatever. It could trigger that. And that's wherever that belief system comes in for you to console yourself with how to deal with that inner child, how to deal with that emotional body. Now, this could be also higher education is activated with what you love to do. And you've been thinking about using that degree, or you've been thinking about getting a degree for whatever you love to do. And this could be a time to where you take action upon that. This could be a time to where you're just deciding or contemplating whether or not to do that, right? This could be also a time to where you become a grandparent, okay? And 5th house being activated with fun, joy, hope, and optimism. 5th house being activated with love and children, right? This could be a time to where that identity changes because you're a grandparent. And it could mean that you had already been a grandparent, and this happened last year, and then all of a sudden it's the same time this year and you're becoming a grandparent. It could look like that. So, all right, Leo, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Virgo. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to take a look at this Jupiter retrograde that's happening in our 11th house. So the 11th house is your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your rewards, your gains, also your goals. The 11th house can stand for networks, clubs, groups, and affiliations, community, the community you're in, the community you reside in, friendships of long distance. It's also people that are acquaintances, older sibling, socializing in a huge way, more than 3 people. Technology is the 11th house. With Jupiter retrograde, Jupiter represents a type of belief system you may have. Jupiter is the ruler over Sagittarius, so it represents opportunities and expansion and blessings. And with it retrograde, it could look like almost like luck has run out, okay? There are times to where Jupiter being retrograde can make you introspect yourself in regards to Cancerous themes, such as you thinking about past situations with family, you reviewing, revising, reassessing. Retrograde is all the re's, a repeat of family situations, a repeat of home situations, property situations. It could be something that comes up within your emotional body in regards to the public, in regards to groups, clubs, and affiliations. It could also make you feel like you may have lost your sense of purpose, okay? With Jupiter retrograde, I do advise you to go more into what Jupiter represents, such as your belief system. Look at your belief system of your emotional body that's connected to the public, that's connected with groups, clubs, and affiliations, or your goals, right? Also toward anything that's on the internet that deals with family. There could be situations of your emotional body being activated that's asking you to heal belief systems regarding family, that's asking you to heal belief systems in regarding to maybe those preachers, teachers, or gurus that are surrounding your emotional body, right? Maybe you're using a teacher, preacher, or guru to help you with your emotional body. That could be necessary right now, but it could be those that you have used in the past before that maybe you need to look at more intricately with your belief system, right? So I'll give you an example. So say that you're a person of spirituality and you had been listening to something of faith-based, maybe of a religious aspect, right? That they could help you with dealing with your emotions, but you also have to remember your belief system as the individual rather than getting caught up into dogmatism. Does that make any sense? That you as the individual have to remember who you are and what consoles your emotional body. This could also be a time to where that security is brought up again, revolving around the public, revolving around your goals, revolving around maybe even family, having security within family. That could be something that's brought up again. I do want to look at the fourth house, because the fourth house is activated not only with Cancer being activated, but also Jupiter. Jupiter is the ruler over Sagittarius, and it could be talking to you across the way of Jupiter retrograde, making you remember what you believe in regards to family. Jupiter has a way of letting you remember your own faith, okay? Your own faith and the way that you've dealt with things before. Because Jupiter initially, when it's direct, brings in blessings and opportunities and things of luck and, you know, things that are just wonderful. But when it's retrograde, it doesn't necessarily take away that opportunity and luck, but it does make you understand that you can make your own, that you're the person in charge of dealing with your emotional body when it comes to the story that you hold around people in general. It could be around your belief system with philosophy or religion. It could be around family. It could be around being a parent, right? Or the way that you were treated in childhood, that belief system, and how to heal that. Also, that you're capable of doing so, that you're capable of managing your own emotions. And indicated with Sagittarius is activating the ninth house. So the ninth house is your self-worth and confidence. Is also Taurus themes such as homes, merchandise, money, right? Wealth, stability. And what this activated is trying to tell you that you have the capability of having stability within your home life, but you yourself have to have faith in that. You yourself have to understand that the divine has your back, regardless of what things are happening to you. That comes in with money, that comes in with homes and stability. This could be also Jupiter retrograde trying to show you something again over the internet of how to heal, of how to manage or take care of some type of home situation. This could also be a teacher, preacher, or guru that shows you how. This could be that you yourself are becoming that teacher, preacher, or guru and showing others how to gain their self-worth and confidence or gain more money, right? This could be that that opportunity of becoming that teacher, preacher, or guru can give you money, okay? This can also be a situation to where this activation shows you something on repeat, right? So say that you've been on the internet and you've seen this clip. I say internet because the 11th house is activated, okay? You've been on the internet seeing this reel or seeing this clip over and over on how to either take care of something that is dealing with homes or finances, something that deals with opportunities with homes, opportunities with properties, opportunities with gaining some type of money, right? You've seen this over and over again, and it hasn't really registered. With Jupiter retrograde, it may end up registering this time and clicking with you, of you thinking about, well, maybe that really is something I should look into, or maybe I should look in further to this situation, right? And when it goes direct in March, it's going to start going into Gemini of communication, of, not Gemini, I'm sorry, of Leo. And it's going to start going to that 12th house of transformation, of endings of some situation, of maybe even making you famous, maybe even making you see situations in a different light, of love in a different light, of connection with friendships, because Leo is the 5th house, right? So this could be a time to where that idea that something being shown to you on repeat that deals with the 9th house, such as your philosophy, your belief system, or how to do something that deals with money, that deals with your self-worth, that deals with food, that deals with your face, that deals with maybe even merchandise, right? Something that comes through that way. I say that because 9th house is to teach. 9th house is to show you your philosophy or expression of philosophy toward a belief system, right? And it's in Taurus, so that deals with money, deals with food, deals with face, deals with your self-worth, okay? Homes and properties are activated with Cancer. So there's a way about this to where if you are having problems with money, making money, dealing with money situations, and I know a lot of Virgo risings are, that this could be that opportunity you find over the internet, that opportunity you find to heal with groups, clubs, and affiliations. You could get some type of, hey, this is what you need to do over groups, clubs, and affiliations, but you have to take the action. You have to take the initiative, because Jupiter is no longer giving you the opportunity coming out of thin air. It's telling you you're going to have to take action upon, have the faith again. There could be situations to where there's a repeat of money situations. There's a repeat of family situations. There's a repeat of home, and of maybe even figuring out whether or not it's your purpose or not, right? Because Jupiter can make you feel lost. Jupiter can make you feel like that goal isn't necessarily reachable. This could be a time to where either you just have to have faith in yourself, or you need to look for that faith through the internet, through groups, clubs, and affiliations. There are opportunities out there, but you have to take the action. All right, Virgo, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Libra. Hope you're doing well today. We're going to take a look at this Jupiter in your 10th house, retrograde in Cancer. Okay, so Libra, the 10th house dealing with the status that you hold, the role you play in life, your power. Also, it deals with making money. It deals with your professional life of making money, right? It deals with your father's health and wealth. It also deals with mentors, and your legacy is activated with Jupiter retrograde. And this could be revising, replaying, reassessing situations of professional life, maybe with family, maybe working with family. Maybe you're thinking about working with family. Maybe this is something that deals with motherhood, mother figures, or being a parent, that your power is being reassessed out of that you're realizing that you have power of nurture, that you have the power to be a mother, that you have the power in being a parent. Your status could change during this Jupiter retrograde to where is introspection of whether or not you want to become a mother, or whether or not you want to become a parent, whether or not your emotional body is attached to being a parent, whether or not your emotional body is attached to your professional life. This could also be if you had already been through situations of being a parent, and your family has grown and they have their own family, that sort of thing. This is more or less situating your legacy of leaving a legacy behind for family, and revising, redoing, reassessing, reviewing maybe your will of testament in regards to leaving a legacy, or what you want to leave a legacy behind for your family, right? With Jupiter activated, we're talking about Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter in astrology. And this is the 3rd house, dealing with documents, dealing with ideas, dealing with communication in regards to legal, in regards to maybe professionalism, in regards to maybe receiving communication in regards to that professional life, that maybe they're letting you work from home, or you're wanting to work from home and you're trying to figure out how to. You could also be sending out resumes for work from home jobs, rather than dealing with the one you have now, to where maybe it's at a longer distance. This could also be a situation to where you're dealing with communication to yourself with your mindset, and you're trying to figure out your power. This could be that you decide to listen to a teacher, preacher, or guru to help you with anything that's concerning inner child healing, anything that's concerning dealing with family or maybe even career, anything that is dealing with maybe a stoicism effect, such as taking charge, taking your power back in regards to jobs, in regards to family, in regards to your emotional body. That mindset is being challenged with Jupiter retrograde. Jupiter has a way of showing you the expansion of that emotional body within. And it can do so by triggering you in some way, shape, or form with situations that happen with family that are repeating, situations that are happening with parents that are repeating, situations that are happening with jobs that are repeating, to show you, do you really want this? Are you capable of standing this? Are you capable of taking your emotional body and healing it so that you can deal with the situation at hand? The third house is also aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors, and they could have an impact on that communication to help you heal that emotional body, to help you heal situations with parents, to help you heal past situations, to help you heal situations with career, right? They could have some type of impact in regards to that, of you either working with them, or they could just give you the knowledge and philosophical view of changing that belief system in regards to the 10th house. Okay. This could also be a situation to where you get communication in regards to being a teacher, preacher, or guru, or from a teacher, preacher, or guru, right? This could be that you decide or had been deciding whether or not to get a 4-year degree. The 9th house is activated with Sagittarius, so that deals with Gemini also. Gemini is the ruler over the 3rd. So we're dealing with 10th, 9th, and 3rd house for you. And this could be that Jupiter retrograde is changing that philosophical view or belief system in regards to what to do next in regards to your career, whether that is advertising, whether that is just documentation that comes through on you got the job, or whether that is what you want to do as a career. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can tell you here, because Gemini deals with communication. It deals with communication anyway, idea, documents, mindset. It deals with ambidextrous things, using tools, productivity, how you do productivity. And it could be that you're learning a different type of skill to use in regards to work, in regards to a home situation, in regards to property of some sort, that you're getting tools to do so, different types of skills, or you're just learning different types of skills through the internet. It could be media. It could be from other people, or literal Geminis, Sagittariuses, or Cancers that help you do something different, some type of new skill or workability due to your property, due to your home facilitation, due to maybe even dealing with that emotional body that is concerning your power. Okay. And I think that might be about it. Let me make sure. Give me 1 second. In-laws and grandchildren and grandparents are activated with the 9th house, and they could have an impact also in regards to what to do next, how you are powerful within your world. Jupiter usually brings opportunities and expands situations and brings in blessings. But when it's retrograde, it's almost like the rug is pulled out from under you and you have to create your own blessings. So for you to look forward to communication, or for you to talk to and communicate with aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors, in-laws, grandparents, for you to communicate with them can help you with more opportunities coming from that Cancer, coming from professional life, coming from what to do with your legacy, coming from what to do with your home and property. They can actually help you if there's something that you need for homes, properties, families, security, anything that's necessary for that emotional body or sense of belonging, or if you're just needing someone to talk to, they can help you. Okay? All right, Libra, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Scorpio. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at Jupiter retrograde happening in your 9th house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. The 9th house deals with long-distance travel. It deals with philosophy, belief system. It also deals with religion and religion beliefs. It also deals with higher education, in-laws and grandchildren and grandparents. It can be skills and learning. It can be media. It can also be legal cases and teachers, preachers, and gurus. Now, with the 9th house activated with Jupiter retrograde has a way to make you go internal, revise, review, reassess, redo something that's in regards to that 9th house. Of maybe you are thinking about using your 4-year degree or going back to school for a 4-year degree. This could also be situations that deal with family, that they are returning to school, or they are the ones that are triggering that emotional body, and therefore you're looking to a teacher, preacher, or guru to help with that emotional body. Or this could be a situation to where your belief system in regards to family is changing, and it could be due to some type of teacher, preacher, or guru, or it could be due to a religious belief. This could also be a situation of Cancer being activated with homes and properties, that there are opportunities coming through family for homes and properties to be renovated, or something about a home and property could be the legal side of that home and property that is mixed with family, that is being reassessed, reviewed, changed. Okay, this could be a situation of maybe a belief system in regards to being a parent is changing, and it could be due to a teacher, preacher, or guru, or it could be just that belief system is changing due to a literal Sagittarius. It could be a situation to where a home situation is coming up again, and you're being asked to hold your belief system. You're being asked to hold the faith. You're being asked to act in faith in regards to that home situation. Okay? When it comes to Cancer, Cancer deals with your emotional body. And to help console that emotional body, teachers, preachers, and gurus can help. Religious beliefs can help. Going back into what actually is the problem, right, can help to change that belief system revolving around that emotional body and why you feel the way that you do. It could have something to do with family, okay? It could have something to do with tradition, that there's a repeat of something of tradition that maybe you're having to take care of or be a part of. All right, we're going to look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius is in the second house. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter in astrology. The second house is your money, is your self-worth. And there could be a connection here of belief about your self-worth revolving around your belief system about money, okay? That you're having to change the way that you're looking at money, or you're having to change that belief system of money and family. Maybe you let someone borrow money, or maybe you have some type of contract with a family member of some type. And there's a belief system surrounding that that could be coming up again. It could be a repeat of a situation with money with a family member, or it could be a repeat of a situation in regards to the way you spend money, right? How you see money, okay? This could be a situation to where you're having to spend money on a vacation that you've taken already with family. Maybe you took out a loan for it, or maybe you had went in a debt for it in some way, shape, or form, such as a credit card or something, and you had already spent money on that, or you're having to pay something for family that they've spent money on, right? That could be something. This could be also indicating that emotional body surrounded by that trigger that comes up regarding traditions that you have to do over and over again, such as holidays, such as maybe even religious beliefs that you have to do with family. That is coming up again, and it's revolving around your self-worth. It could be that, I'm trying to give an example, that maybe you're of the cult and they're of the Christian community, and they state that, you know, you're going to hell because you believe the way that you do, kind of thing. This is a time to where you're going to introspect your belief system revolving around theirs, and you're going to have to hold your own belief system and stand up for what you believe, okay? And it could be animosity with family, yes, with Jupiter retrograde, but it can also be a situation to where you understand your power within, all right, within your own standing belief system. This could be just you looking at family differently and deciding from there of what you want to do with traditional beliefs, okay, that they have. This could also be a situation to where that self-worth is activated, self-worth and confidence, okay? And they could be coming to you for insight in regards to belief systems, or vice versa. You could be going to them in regards to belief systems to help you gain that faith back, okay? Or what to do next in regards to some type of money situation. Teachers, preachers, and gurus are activated with Sagittarius, so this is a great time and opportunity for you to find a preacher, teacher, or guru that can help you with how to deal with money situations, how to look at money situations, how to gain that power and confidence back within your belief system. Okay, so keep that in mind. It could also be a literal Sagittarius that helps you in regards to money, in regards to that self-confidence. All right. Or it could be vice versa, that you're helping them. Opportunities and blessings are in that ninth house with Jupiter retrograde. And sometimes it can feel like there is none. So it's time for you to reach out and find some, Does that make any sense? Because Jupiter wants to make sure that you can do things on your own without the universe, God, source, the universe spoiling you. Does that make any sense? So to gain that belief system back of you can do this, okay? Making money on your own, that could be surrounded by your self-worth of maybe you haven't been able to make money. Reaching out to family members, reaching out to parents, reaching out to religious groups, reaching out to those of faith or teachers, preachers, and gurus that can help you with whatever the problem is with making money. Okay, finding the help that's needed is here. I do want to look at, let's see, we looked at Sagittarius, I want to look at the 4th house because that's activated with Cancer. Okay. And the 4th house being in Aquarius. Aquarius is considered, the internet is considered groups, clubs, and affiliations. It's also considered community. It's considered goals, right? The goals that you have and gains that you could have. And it's in the 4th house. Whatever is coming to you or whatever you're studying, it's necessary for you to keep it private during this time. It's also, if you are a benefactor of somebody, privacy is the main deal. With the 4th house activated, 4th house is at home and private. Okay. 4th house is also in Aquarius. Aquarius can be disassociating with emotions. So if that's necessary for you to do during this time of holidays or traditions or religious beliefs dealing with family, right? It's necessary for you to detach from your emotional body, from your emotions, so that whatever is necessary to come out of this situation that needs to happens. Does that make any sense? So it can also be with money situations, with family. It can also be whatever is facilitated between money, connection with family, homes, and properties, right? Detaching from the situation so that you can console your own emotional body, so that you can deal with yourself in general. Jupiter has a way of expanding emotions internally. And we don't want you to get too fired up to where you explode. Because when a Scorpio explodes, it can get intense and things can happen. Transformations can happen. And during Jupiter retrograde, you want to just, calm that crazy a little bit when it comes to family, when it comes to motherhood, being a mother, being a parent, dealing with family situations. Okay, and just kind of pull back the crazy during Jupiter retrograde until March 10th, okay? Because if you blow up too soon, it will create that transformation. It will create this dialogue to where that belief system changes, because a Scorpio holds on to their belief system. It will change completely, and when Jupiter goes direct again and it's pulling toward that, Leo is going to deal with that power that you have. Okay, it's going to deal with opportunities of power, showing others, the collective or the public, that you are the limelight, that you are on stage and you do deserve love and all of this. So you don't want to be too intense during Jupiter retrograde during this time. Just deal with what you have to deal with. Hold the faith. Surrender is necessary with Jupiter retrograde. Okay. I do want to say too that I'm going to make some Saturn videos. Saturn is going to go direct And it's going to happen after Thanksgiving, or it's going to happen around November 27th. Okay. And when it goes direct, it's pushing that Piscean energy of letting go and going in faith, of surrendering to situations. It could be repeats that had happened during the year of 2025 from April. I think it was around April 2025 of this year. Repeats of those situations. So you will be needed. You will be seen, and you will be seen for your power. So if you can just hold off, right, with whatever arguments that you want to have with family, or confrontations that you want to have with money that surrounds family or surrounds parents or what have you. If you can just deal with certain things, being tolerant, right, during this time. If you're having trouble doing that, if your emotional body is just distraught and, stress is a thing, you are being asked to heal the inner child. Okay, the inner child is activated with the 9th house of your belief system surrounding the way that you grew up and the way that you were treated by parents and the way that you're treated by family. You're being asked to change that belief system. Okay, and opportunities can come to you from changing that belief system. So keep that in mind. All right. Aquarius can also be club groups and affiliations that it could be a good idea to get involved with. Clubs, groups, and affiliations that are connected with family, that are connected with being a parent or parents in general. They can help you with situations that you're going through. They could also, it could also be from your mother or from a father, right? Clubs, groups, and affiliations can help you with whatever is needed for you to change that belief system. This could be the community that you reside in, that they help you with that emotional body. I'm trying to think of anything else here. The internet, with Facebook groups and things of that nature, you can find information in regards to how to consult that emotional body and sense of belonging, and how to build your foundation and your security. Because we were talking about money, right? And how to build that security that you're needing. See, I think that might be about it, Scorpio. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Sagittarius. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to look at Jupiter retrograde that's happening in Cancer in your 8th house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. 8th house deals with chunky money, shared resources, debts, taxes, and government, mortgages, loans, banking loans. It can also deal with death and rebirth, transformation. 8th house is ruled by Scorpio in astrology, so it has connections to Pluto, right? So it's dealing with transformations and death and rebirth. It's also dealing with taboo topics, the occult, investments and long-term finances. It can be divorces. It can be merging of two souls, right? It could be either. So what this could mean is, with Jupiter going retrograde, is reviewing, revising, reassessing, redoing the 8th house. This could be repetitiveness of a situation that's happened with your mortgage before, that this could repeat, okay? But with Jupiter retrograde, it's asking you to take the necessary action on your own, to have the faith, because you've already been through this situation before. It could be something that's dealing with debts, taxes, or government. It could be a situation to where Jupiter retrograde is working on you internally to figure out a way to use shared resources for your home life, shared resources for a property situation, shared resources for dealing with your emotional body of what you want out of life, or security, what makes you secure, or foundation, right? Because that's Cancerous themes. It could be situations of Jupiter retrograde, repeating situations of getting a loan, maybe even from family, getting help from family, getting or repaying a debt from what has already happened before with a loan with family. Or this could be a situation of Jupiter retrograde, your parents are using the government in some way, shape, or form, or you're using the government in some way, shape, or form. And it could be from properties, it could be from homes, it could be for family, however you want to look at that. But there's a repeat or a revising or reassessing of that situation, right? This could be that death or rebirth happening within family. Yes, it can be a birth of a family member, or it can be a death of one, right? I mean, it is Scorpio house, so I have to say that. It's also a situation of whether or not you have to go over documentation for, because documents is Sagittarius, documents for legalities that deal with home property, that deal with situations of loans, situations of taxes, debts, that sort of thing, right? So Jupiter retrograde has a way of making you take action on your own rather than feeling the benefits of the divine coming through just to bless you with something. So this would be that you have to redo something, reconfigure, resituate, reassess, repeat of something, right? I do want to look at Sagittarius, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius and it's dealing with your first house of your identity. So changes can happen to your identity due to this Jupiter retrograde. This could mean that there's a belief system surrounding family and whether or not that family member is going to make it or not is changing. Whether that is dealing with death and rebirth, or whether or not that is dealing with they're going to make it with their home facilitation, or they're going to make it due to transformations that happen, or whether or not you're going to make it, right? A belief system is going to change. This could mean that you get more into faith. This could mean that you get more into religious beliefs. This could also mean that you're the type of person that's has the capability of teaching, preaching, or being a guru in regards to either occult things, or in regards to finances, or in regards to maybe teaching a family member how to do finances, or teaching a family member on how to get a mortgage, or use the government in some way, shape, form, or capacity. Or this could be that a philosophy that you've had regarding the government changes, and it's because of a home situation, or it's because of a family situation, right? It could go either way. This could also be with the first house activated, the way that other people see you, the way that family members see you could be changing due to a home situation, due to a property situation, right? All of the 8th house things. Or it could be that the first house being activated, that your identity is changing because you're getting a home or property. You're getting government help, right? or you're getting a loan of some sort that changes everything, or an inheritance that changes everything. And that inheritance could come from family. That inheritance can come from parents. That inheritance is in the 8th house. And it can also be in regards to any type of in-law or grandparent, because that is Sagittarius, okay? And your belief system surrounding those family members could be changing due to maybe, someone else getting an inheritance or you gaining an inheritance. It really depends on whether you have planets in this house or they're making an aspect or what have you. But it would be the 2nd house being activated with something of you gaining some type of income from that shared resource, okay? I do want to say too that because the 1st house is activated, that means that Aries is activated in the 5th, okay? And Aries represents your identity dealing with love, dealing with children, dealing with your hobbies and what you love, and gains are also in the 5th. The 5th house is enjoyment, hope, and optimism. The 5th house is your hobbies and talents and gifts that God gave you. The 5th house is children, is lovers, is your dating life. And what this could mean is that Jupiter retrograde is repeating situations of the 8th, of maybe there was a situation to where you met your soulmate and now it's repeating, or you dated your soulmate and now it's repeating. And there's a change happening to that identity, right? Marriage could come out of that. Also, it could be a situation where the identity of the way that you date is changing, and it opens up the opportunity for that soulmate to come in, or a divorce happens, and that's changing that identity because lovers are activated, right? Or the belief that things were getting better is changing, or the belief that things were getting worse is changing. And it's due to Jupiter being retrograde, making you introspect on the 8th house of healing fears and phobias, on maybe even you were thinking about a divorce, or something that dealt with your emotional body. Dealing with a divorce that you went through is healing. Something dealing with your emotional body that you went through with finding your soulmate, or you thought who was your soulmate that you had dated before, is healing, right? That belief system is changing. A transformation is changing. This could also change the way that you act toward other people and the way that you love other people. That talking about these things, or sharing your emotional body with, people that are closest to you, it's helping you heal. Okay? A child could come into play during this time with Jupiter retrograde, and that changes everything for you. It changes your identity. It changes the way that you're seeing things, and you're gaining or facilitating help from parents, mother figures, or you're getting help from the government due to children, right? Either way, it's changing that identity and the belief system surrounding it. Okay? I'm seeing if there's anything else here. I want to look at the 9th house that is also connected with Leo, which rules the 5th, and Sagittarius. So that 9th house in Leo connected with Sagittarius also. right? So you see what I'm looking at here, this fire trine. Okay, so the ninth house being activated, dealing with the first of the belief system surrounding how you're seen. Maybe this could be a situation of you being capable of being a teacher, preacher, or guru, okay, to heal other people that had been dealing with government problems, that have been dealing with family problems, that have been dealing with parenthood problems, that have been dealing with taxes, that had been dealing with maybe death. Okay, the spotlight is on you in that ninth house as teaching other people, being a preacher, teacher, or guru, or facilitating opportunities that come through them, listening to them, finding the right ones that help you become the person that's needed to find a different type of skill or talent or ability, because the fifth house deals with Leo, and that deals with your skills and talents that you have, that God gave you, right? Also, it can bring in opportunities for you to show them out. And it's connected with that identity that you hold. Jupiter retrograde is trying to facilitate that. How do I use them? Well, you use them in the eighth house with your finances. You use them in the eighth house with chunky money, shared resources with other people. You use them in the eighth house with family. You use them in the eighth house with inheritance, right? And I mean, things can come out of Jupiter retrograde, but you necessarily have to take action on your belief system on whether or not it's capable of doing so. You have to keep the faith. You have to understand that healing is necessary within whatever chunky money that you have, such as mortgages, such as family matters, connected with Cancer, such as inheritance. To gain the inheritance, there are loans that need to be paid back. To gain any type of government assistance or what have you, there's other things that have to be taken care of, such as your taxes, or dealing with taxes in a different manner. Or this could be situated around family of some sort. That family have an impact on your taxes, and therefore it changes things for you. And it could be due to you having a child, or someone in your family having a child. But things are changing for you in regards to chunky money, most definitely. But you have to keep the faith on situations repeating, situations of changing belief systems in regards to how to take care of your finances, how to take care of chunky money. Okay? I'm seeing if there's anything else here. I think that might be it, Sagittarius. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Capricorn. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at Jupiter in Cancer in your 7th house, going retrograde. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. All right, so the 7th house deals with one-on-one relationships. That could be marriage partners, that could be husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, friendships. It is how you relate to other people. It is also contracts, collaborations with other people, clients. It could be leases. It could also be situations with therapists. Okay, so Jupiter retrograde. Jupiter retrograde is asking you to revise, review, look at your relationships once again with a caring eye. Being in Cancer. Cancer is sense of belonging, emotional body. It can be nurturing yourself or other people. It can also be homes and properties, motherhood, mother figures. It can be considered as the person that is not necessarily the one that wears the pants in the family, the parent that is the most nurturing, right? So with the 7th house activated, you're dealing with other people's parents or other people's situations with mothers or mother figures, or maybe even other people's emotions. This can be your emotions and how you are relating to other people, but you're being asked to either keep the faith in the relationship or show your faith within the relationship to the other person. This could mean that the other person is going through family matters. Families are activated with Cancer. This could also mean that they need a little extra help from you in regards to either family or their emotions at this time. Maybe even help with contracts or agreements with their business associations. Business associations are also something within the 7th. I want to look at what Jupiter rules. Jupiter rules Sagittarius and astrology, so we're talking about the 12th house. The 12th house deals with spirituality. It deals with mediumship and past lives. It can deal with loss, karma readings, healing karma, healing past, restoration of any type of conditioning that you've been through, prisons and hospitals, the mystical, the occult, transformations and endings, psychic and intuitive abilities, habits, higher states of consciousness, downloads, right? Downloads, premonitions, dreams. The 12th house is ruled by Pisces in astrology. And so we're dealing with their belief and their faith. And this could be a time to where you have to step up and show them that God, Source, the universe has their back in relationship to either properties or homes, contracts, collaborations with other people, leases, family. Sagittarius in the 12th house is sharing your belief system, teaching others how to believe. Also could be a teacher, preacher, guru that can actually help you in regards to the relationship that you have. It can be a literal Sagittarius that steps in to help you and your partner with a loss. It can also be a literal Sagittarius that steps in to show you spirituality and the workings of the mystic, right? But this could be you as the literal teacher, preacher, guru that conducts readings for other people because you care. It could be your clients. It could be, like I said, literal Cancer clients, right? Because sometimes astrology can be literal. This could be a lot of mediums that deal with moms, a lot of mediums that deal with parents, a lot of mediums that deal with family that you're giving to clients, or you're making a business from being a medium, or from being a person that does past life readings. But Jupiter retrograde can have a repetitiveness of energies that have happened once before to make sure that you keep the faith. There could have been situations that happen with family or mothers or being a mom that is repeating themselves. And you're being asked to keep the faith or be there for the people in your world as the nurturing one. Jupiter retrograde has a way of showing you, while it's direct, all these blessings and opportunities, and can feel like a divine intervention whenever it's direct. And when it's not, it's asking you to become that divine intervention for someone else. It's also asking you to hold fast, hold steady until it goes direct again. And there's reasons for that, for you to understand, in your case, how to relate to that partner. You will see that partner with different and fresh eyes. The same goes with any type of business association, of any type of, maybe there's a lesson in between of that business association. Jupiter retrograde can also be internal wounds that need to be healed in regards to relationship. And in this case, it would be in regards to the past, letting go of the past, surrendering, letting go and going with faith when the past comes up in your mind's eye. Also, with not just the significant other in your life, friendships, family, having to hold fast, having to hold the faith in regards to events that happen. Okay, so I'm going to look at the 9th house. The 9th house in astrology is ruled by Sagittarius, so it will be activated. The 9th house is your belief system. The 9th house is opportunities and blessings that can come to you. The 9th house is also preachers, teachers, and gurus. The 9th house is asking you to use preachers, teachers, and gurus, or become one within your daily lifestyle or daily work. Virgo being activated, Virgo rules the 6th, and it can deal with health. It can deal with daily routines and daily work and employment. Virgo is very organized and detail-oriented. It is also service to others, pets, self-mastery. And this could be a time to where events are happening so that you can have that self-mastery of faith, or that you can have that detail-oriented self-mastery to where you become a completely different person because of your belief system changing. There's almost like a clean out that is happening when it comes to your beliefs. This could also be a situation to where you have to remember that on a daily basis within your lifestyle, you need something higher than yourself to get you through. And that could be shown to you. This could also be a situation to where instead of getting caught up in those emotions, which is in that 7th, with whatever is happening with relationships, to focus more so on being a teacher, preacher, guru, or having a teacher, preacher, guru help you focus on something else that you enjoy so that you can get through your emotions. A lot of times when we're not focused on the situation at hand and we start doing something else that makes us happy or helps the inner child, it helps us refocus on the situation, come back to it with fresh eyes, right? The 9th house is also in-laws, grandchildren, and grandparents. So this whole situation could be talking about in-laws or grandparents or grandchildren, okay? That there is a nurturing factor that needs to happen on your side to help others, service others, which is Virgo, in regards to their beliefs, in regards to keeping the faith, Okay. And it's connected with Pisces, maybe showing them how to let go and surrendering to a situation that they cannot control. But they can control their prayers. They can control their faith, which is your 9th house, right? Okay, so I'm seeing if there's anything else I can tell you with this activation. I do want to look at the 6th house since Virgo is activated. And we're talking about mindsets, which is Gemini. Gemini is also communication. Gemini is ambidextrous, dealing with the hands, working with the hands. Okay. And if you are having trouble with emotions during this time, working with your hands can help. Having self-mastery over your mindset, because when Jupiter goes retrograde, it can expand emotions within. It can also make you think about the past, being in Cancer, and what else needs to be healed if you are one of those people that consistently think that you have to be healed, right? Many people have many beliefs, so I tried to I try to go all the way around. You know what I mean? I'm a Pisces, so I'm more of the mystic, you know. But if you are feeling that you need to be healed, controlling that mindset can help. Doing tarot or astrology can help. That's working with hands and your mind in an intricate level. Also, maybe short distance travel can help you. Like instead of going to the gym, you decide to go out in nature and walk, right? Short distance travel, your local environment is Gemini. Siblings is Gemini. Siblings can help you self-master yourself if they are of, you know, the intelligence that you require. You know, not everyone has siblings that are on that side of the chart. You know what I mean? So I mean, siblings, hanging out with siblings, you know, dealing with that inner child with siblings can help. Ideas and documents could come in regards to some type of service to others. If you have been waiting on a job to come through, this could mean that it's connected with the partner, okay? That the partner ends up getting word of getting some type of job, but they are also dealing with other things in their life at the same time, okay? Just keep that in mind, because Cancer is activated with the other people. They're dealing with their emotions. They're dealing with family situations. They're dealing with maybe their own divine feminine healing, right? And it could all come down to they just needed some time to be alone. They just needed some time to be themselves, but prepare yourself to be at service for them. Does that make any sense? Okay. I'm seeing if there's anything else here. Moving and movement is activated with Gemini. And it could be that you're having to help a friend move because of a relationship situation. Excuse me, or a loss of something. Okay. Media and writing skills and learning abilities is activated with Gemini. Like I said, that philosophy that you have with Sagittarius activated, you could be going down the rabbit hole of finding out the truth in regards to your own self-mastery in regards to other people. Why I feel this way about this person, or why my marriage has been like this thus far, or why they have acted this way thus far. And your partner could also be doing this, going down the rabbit hole of trying to find help in some way, shape, or form. Therapy is activated with that 7th house, so it could be time to get some type of marriage counseling, some type of counseling for yourself, right? Depending on the situation. And I think that might be about it, Capricorn. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Aquarius. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this Jupiter retrograde that's happening in your 6th house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so Jupiter retrograde goes internal. It deals with reviewing, reassessing, redoing, right? All the retrograde. But this is dealing with the 6th house of your self-mastery, your lifestyle. It's dealing with service to others, work situations, co-workers. It's also dealing with pets and your health. Okay. Jupiter retrograde in Cancer is also concerning family. It's concerning your emotional body, the way that you nurture yourself and give yourself self-love. It's also dealing with homes and properties. And this could be a time to where you're having to be at home more, or be in regards to moms or mother figures or parents having to take care of them on a lifestyle basis. Jupiter, when it is direct, brings in blessings, and it brings in expansion, outside expansion of opportunity. Could be just expansion of the sign it's in, right? It acts as a divine intervention to help you with situations that brings in opportunities for whatever sign or house it's in. When it's retrograde, you're being asked to be the savior. You're being asked to be the person that brings blessings upon others, because you know, as a good person, that's what they do. So this could be a time to where your service to others helps them. It helps nurture them. It helps nurture their body and their sense of belonging and their emotional body, right? It helps them with whatever they're dealing with. Maybe it's dealing with health. Maybe it's dealing with their work. Maybe it's dealing with their lifestyle, getting their lifestyle back on track. This could also be a situation to where a belief system changes in regards to a family's lifestyle, in regards to your lifestyle, what you need to change to have more of self-worth, self-confidence within your emotional body, that sense of belonging, right? Having that self-love for yourself, right? This could also be that emotions are on a high with work, that there is something that's dealing with your work family, maybe, because emotions can be internal, but if they're internal for too long, they end up coming out, right? And there could be things that come out in regards to emotions from coworkers, in regards to just the work in general, right? Of how you feel about it. And if you need some time out, homes and properties are activated. So this could be a time to where you are just taking care of your home. This could be a time to where you could be growing a garden within your home, or at your home, or on your property. You could be nurturing the inside of your home to make it feel more cozy and more home, right, to you. I do want to look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius being activated by Jupiter. Jupiter is the ruler over Sagittarius, and it's in the 11th house. And the 11th house deals with groups, clubs, and affiliations. It deals with goals. It deals with friendships of long distance, socializing in a big way, such as more than 3 people. This could be situations of the internet, using the internet in some way, shape, or form. And you could be doing that by listening to a teacher, preacher, or guru to help you with your belief systems in regards to family. And you're doing this every morning, or you're doing this on a daily basis. Self-mastery is in that 6th house of how you nurture yourself and you give yourself self-love. So you could be joining groups such as maybe faith-based groups, religious groups that help you have that self-mastery or help you with your daily routine. This could also be you going to school. 4 year colleges is activated with Sagittarius, and you're deciding to go back to school, and that becomes your daily routine. This could also be with Sagittarius activated, a belief system that you may have had with your health. And what really needs to happen with your health is you having that self-love for yourself and showing yourself that you can take time off to be at home. This could be something that changes that lifestyle routine. Also, with the 11th house, you yourself could become that preacher, teacher, or guru and decide to get on the internet to teach others how to take care of themselves in a lifestyle basis, or how to self-master their emotions, their emotional body, or how to deal with that inner child that is also dealing with family, right? You could be that person, or you could be listening to that person. Keeping the faith with Jupiter retrograde is mandatory, that things will come together as necessary as long as you activate that 6th house of being of service to others, helping yourself with your emotional body, taking time out to understand that people are very emotional at work, right? And having that compassion toward them, okay? Understanding that the collective is going through things, and they could be, or you could be, empathetic at this time. 6th house being organizing, detail orientation, that maybe you're getting more involved with other groups, clubs, and affiliations because the other ones are messing with your emotional body. And this could be a time to where you're changing out Facebook groups, that you're unfriending some people, because your emotional body, it counts right now, and it will expand, okay, inside. There's an internal expansion that's happening with dealing with people for you. 11th house, they're influencing you in some way, shape, or form. And there could be some deletion of groups or friends, also new ones coming in that are actually good for you, okay? This could be a belief system surrounding some type of religious belief, some type of belief system that deals with family, or belief system that you've had thus far and you find out that you have it, or you understand why that emotional body is distraught, and it's because of some type of dialogue that you've been telling yourself that is required of you. Because Sagittarius can make you see things. It can make you understand your philosophy surrounding your belief system, dealing with other people, okay? And you see things differently. And that includes that change of going back to your own self-mastery, your own self-love, dealing with that inner child, okay? Let's see. I want to look at the 9th house. The ninth house is activated from Sagittarius, okay? And we're dealing with how you relate to other people with Libra activated. Libra deals with that seventh house, and it is other people. It is your relationships of any kind, and it's also business associations. And if you've been having trouble with some type of work or affiliation of that nature, that you're being asked to keep the faith in that situation. The same with relationships. It could be that because of that relationship that you have, it feels like you are blessed, right? That that person is there for you with whatever you're going through with your emotional body. This could also be that Libra is activated as the justice system or legal cases, right? Because ninth house is also dealing with legal cases and publishing, and it could be skills and learning abilities, okay? It could be that there was a health issue with someone that was close in your life, and you're deciding to do a legal case in regards to that situation. Or this could be a situation of skills and learning abilities on how to become some type of lawyer, on how to become some type of teacher, preacher, or guru, on how to become someone of religious belief, right? This could be a skill and learning ability in regards to philosophy, that you are getting deeper into philosophy to keep the balance within your faith. Does that make any sense? That maybe you're looking up things on the internet versus the Bible, or versus whatever religion that you're in. Or if you don't have a religion, maybe you're looking for answers in regards to situations of relationships. Okay. Philosophy is activated with the ninth. The ninth house can also bring opportunities and blessings, right? But in this case, it would look like your job that is allowing you to take time off for family or to take time off for yourself is a blessing. Or your relationship is a blessing, right? Because they're there for you. Okay. Could be friends, could be lovers, doesn't matter. Relationships in general. Clients are activated with Libra. And this could be a time to where you have clients that you have to service in some way, shape, or form in regards to teaching them how to keep the balance with their emotions, with their inner child and self-love, or with family matters. It could also be that you're deciding to see a therapist. Okay, therapists are activated with Libra, and that becomes your daily routine, or a routine of general, right? That you're deciding to see a therapist for your emotional body. I'm seeing if there's anything else here. That might be about it. Yeah, that might be about it. Thank you for being here, Aquarius. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Pisces. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at Jupiter going retrograde in that 5th house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so we're dealing with internal belief systems with Jupiter retrograde, reviewing, revising, reassessing, situating things in that 5th house. This could be your belief in regards to love. This could be your belief in regards to friendships. The 5th house is lovers, is friendships, is children. It's hobbies, your God-given talent and genius, right? It is also celebrity popularity and recognition. Dating is here. Your pleasure, how you have fun, motivation is here. This can be not just your love life, but it can also be fun sex. But on the other end of it, we have infidelity, okay? And we have Cancer activated, which is family. Cancer is the fourth house in astrology. So we're going over properties, homes, family, nurturing, mothers, motherhood, parents, right? Security, your emotional body, your sense of belonging, your foundation. And this could be a time that Jupiter changes your belief in regards to being vulnerable within relationships, or it could be a time to where it changes your belief about relationships in general, right? Your dating life could change because of some type of family dynamic. Their family could have an impact in regards to your love life, and it makes you think about the belief system that you hold in general, the belief about the love itself, or your religious beliefs, or the way that you are, right? Your emotional body is activated. Everybody's emotional body is activated. Everybody's family, right? So family dynamics is a thing. It could be your friend's family, that they are having trouble with their family and coming to you as the nurturer factor in their life. This could be that you're deciding to nurture yourself by being around friends, by being around your lover, by being around your children and your pets, by dealing with that inner child, by having more fun in your life, enjoying life more. With Jupiter retrograde, it's going to make you think in regards to how you believe in love, how you see your friendships. If you were cheated on, infidelity is a thing. It could make you think about that. It could be that you need to nurture yourself more in regards to that situation. This could be a time to where you're thinking about getting a pet to help with your emotional body. Jupiter retrograde, when it's direct, it brings in opportunities and blessings, and it feels like the divine steps in to give you joy again, in your case, with the fifth house. But when it goes retrograde, it's asking you to create that joy yourself, to create that motivation, to create that nurturing complex, right? That Cancer, being affiliated with Jupiter, had given you while it was direct, to change your belief systems, look at your belief systems, revise them, situate them so that you can deal with love situations, dating situations, friendships, whatever you're doing for your talents and genius, to do these things not in regards to work, or not in regards to a have to, or not in regards because you're bored, but being a part of your emotional body to help with that emotional body. This could be that you get more involved with media, okay, to find a teacher, preacher, or guru to help you with your talents and hobbies, or how to even have fun again, how to, console that inner child that needs that sense of belonging, that needs that emotional body dealt with, okay? Homes and properties being activated, you could be thinking about where you want to live. You could be thinking about whether or not you want to live at the beach, or whether or not you want to make your home life more fun again, right? having motivation within the home to nurture that home, to make it cozy, to make it comfortable for you so that you can deal with that emotional body. This could look like using things for fun to help with that emotional body. Whatever, learning a new skill of talents and genius, learning how to play games on the media or play games in general so it can help you. Maybe family has an impact in regards to your fun. This could be that you're speaking to your parents more to help with that inner child, to understand why you believe the way that you do or the philosophy that you hold. This could be that you're spending more time with family with parties that they're having in regards to family things. Or it could just be a family get-together. It doesn't necessarily have to be a party of anything. But you're having to deal with that inner child during that party. Does that make any sense? Of having fun again, enjoying life again, or you yourself have to be there for other people to show them the love and joy that they have in their life. I'm going to look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius is activated when Jupiter is activated. And that's in your 10th house. The 10th house is legacy, professional life, your work career, your reputation, your father's health and wealth. It is the status that you hold, the power that you hold. Status meaning the title. Whether you are a parent, whether you are single, married, married, single, the person that is a CEO or a laborer, however you want, to put in that title that you hold. With Sagittarius activated, with opportunities and blessings, with your belief system, keeping the faith, right? Religious beliefs doesn't necessarily have to be religious. It can just be your belief system in general of how you're seeing things. And it could be that Jupiter retrograde makes you take a step back on the title that you hold. What is a parent? What is a person that does whatever work affiliation that you do? What is a husband or a wife, because you have dating in the 5th house? What is the actual title to you? And that belief system could change. Teachers, preachers, and gurus can have an impact in regards to your belief system surrounding those things. That they can show you something different. They can influence you in some way, shape, or form. This could be that you yourself are becoming that person and you're trying to understand what it means for you. This could also be that you're sharing your beliefs with others on how to have fun again and nurture themselves and understand themselves on an emotional level. Okay. This could mean that Jupiter retrograde is allowing you to go viral within the media with recognition for your nurturing capabilities of who you are as a teacher, preacher, or guru. And that comes with other things, right? That comes with more of, because we're dealing with the 10th house that deals with Saturn, right? Saturn rules Capricorn, which rules the 10th. And how to structure, how to affiliate yourself in that new life. Right? This could be a situation to where the 10th house dealing with work and career is turning into Sagittarius things, such as you're having to commute to your job, or this could be that you're reviewing on whether or not you want to. Is it good for your emotional body? Is it allowing you to do the things to take care of yourself by spending so much time on the subway or on the road or whatever? Okay, there could be questions that come out of this on whether or not it's good for you, because Jupiter makes you review, revise, reassess. This could also be that you yourself can help others in work by sharing your philosophy with their emotional body on how to almost be like a savior to them in regards to helping them with their work situation, in regards to helping them see their power, right? Because that's the 10th house, seeing your power. 10th house also is reputation, and you may during this time have a reputation in regards to being a healer, or you're thinking about being a healer for others on media, and making this part of who you actually are with that power, or who you actually are with that title. Okay. Family dynamics is a thing, and it's in everybody's chart, remember? So this could mean that there's someone in the family that's having a child, or there's a celebration of having a child and you're attending, and that's when you get into conversations with other people, and they could need your nurturing during this time, because you're holding the power of belief system, and you also are holding the power of the capability of teaching others to hold the faith, right, within their power, within their title, within who they are. And you could have an influence upon them while at this party, or while, someone finds out that they're pregnant, or you yourself could find out that you're pregnant. Okay? Or something in regards to children comes up. Children is in that 5th house. And it could be that your child needs more of you. That showing up for your child is necessary, and it could be vocalized to you. They could be telling you that they need you. This could also make you think about your childhood in regards to past situations, because that is Cancer, right? Past situations is Cancer. And how much fun did you have when you were a child? And that could be changing. That you're becoming freer. Because Jupiter has a way of freeing you. Sagittarius is freedom. Okay? And you have the power to free others, by the way. Okay, so I want to look at the 9th house. The 9th house being activated by Sagittarius, dealing with skills and learning abilities, teachers, preachers, and gurus, long distance travel, the bigger picture, exploring your belief system. It doesn't matter. It could be religious. It doesn't have to be. Just exploring your belief system. In-laws, grandchildren, and grandparents. Higher education is here. Media and publishing and legal cases. And in your case, it's in Scorpio. Scorpio is very intense. It's transformative. Okay. Scorpio is also divorce and two soulmates merging together. And this comes with that 5th house of wondering whether or not love is real. Wondering whether or not you should get a divorce. A belief system can change during this time in regards to those things. It can also be that you're getting more into taboo topics as dealing with your emotional body. The occult is becoming more attractive to you, and therefore it can change the way that you're believing. It can change the way that people see you. It can change your reputation, trust me. God. Okay, oh goodness, but it can change you and what you want to do for a living. This could be a time to where it's whether or not you really want to become that teacher, preacher, guru within the occult. Or this could be a time to where there is a transformation of your title, of who you are. And it's due to nurturing and taking care of a lover, nurturing and taking care of a friendship, nurturing and taking care of children, nurturing and taking care of pets, right? There's a transformation that happens with the ninth house activated for you. Transformation and chunky money is Scorpio. And this could mean that an opportunity or blessing comes upon you from using government grants, from using an inheritance comes to you, taxes. I'm seeing if there's anything else. I think long-term finances and investments, payout, a loan. Something can activate and transform situations of your belief system as an opportunity that helps you have more fun, that helps you get more involved in your hobbies. I mean, if you were to win something, fifth house being activated, right? If you were to win something, such as money, or have the opportunity to use or have a different type of income source, that can change everything. And this could be a time to where you're thinking about it. You're thinking about maybe a different type of hustle, or you're thinking about how to have your money make money itself rather than you having to work for it. There's a lot of philosophical thought that's going into your professional life of how to change it. And this could be a time to where it actually happens. There could be something that you had before this Jupiter retrograde that you had done. Let's say that you contacted some type of government situation, or you applied for a grant, and Jupiter retrograde happens, and that's coming up again because it's a repetitive event that could happen with Jupiter retrograde, and it comes through, right? And it changes your belief system. But it's not necessarily like it was an opportunity that came from the divine. No, you put action in it. So this could be a time to where that comes through for you, okay? A mortgage, a bank loan of some type that had already been reassessed. It could be, I'm seeing if there's anything else here, like legal matter that had happened pays out. Okay. Let me look for a second. Give me 1 second. I'm seeing if there's anything else I can tell you. That might be about it. Now, death and rebirth is activated with Scorpio too. And this could be a time to where that is the question in your mind's eye of death and rebirth. Okay? Whether or not you want to have children. Or it could be a time to where you find out that you have a child. It could be a time to where you find out about, someone passing. Okay. Ninth house can change things, can bring in opportunities and blessings with inheritance to you. It can also make you think about things in a different way, a philosophy that you held. So I'm going to give you an example. So you thought, heaven and hell was real, right? And then all of a sudden, a death happens and you're not sure, because right before it was said that they had passed, they seen all of their loved ones. Well, if hell is real, right? I mean, so this could be a time to where that changes in your mind's eye. And therefore, that creates that domino effect of your belief system of how things actually are, and whether or not you want certain things within your life, and are they helping you with your emotional body and who you want to be, right? And I think that might be about it, Pisces. If you have any other interpretations, let me know. The bigger picture is the ninth house. And you could be keeping the faith and keeping your belief system in balance due to you understanding and seeing the bigger picture come to life, come to head, right? So, all right. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.